Hi, it's Rebecca, and we've got some really good questions today to respond to in this psychic guidance and healing session sponsored by Divine Mother. And today I'm going to introduce you to someone who has been a real big part of my life. And her name is Gabriella, and she is an angel. She was the guardian angel of Mother Teresa, and she is the sassiest angel I've ever met. And she's gonna be shooting straight. I thought about a cute title for a book would be Angels Gone Wild. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you, when I met Gabriella, I had just started taking art lessons. I was already in my 40s, and I smelled oil paint and thought I wanted to do it. So when I met Gabriella and she told me who she was, Mother Teresa had just crossed over, and I wanted to practice my painting for a face, and Mother Teresa's was really great. Anyway, possessed, I guess. So let me show you what I did. Um, See that? Hours. And I was a brand new oil painter, any kind of painter. I couldn't draw. Anyway, so I'm telling you, this is a powerful spirit, and it's going to be very helpful. Now, you might think, oh, but Mother Teresa was so meek and mild. Well, she needed a person like Gabriella to be with her, to help her be bold. And she had no problem asking for assistance for the needy. And part of it was Gabriella giving her a big set of cojones. So let's dive right in. Everybody in the chat. Um, I do have a lot of questions because last week I lost my voice. That was something. So I'm going to start with some of the real old ones. And this one from Janna is so easy because Divine Mother told me the answer right away. And yeah, her name's Janna. I wanted to ask Divine Mother if my inner intuition is right about starting a new life. In June, I'm going to be 70. So will I, but in April. Uh, the new life in Granada, Spain. My son will help me in the beginning. I just wish to be open to new possibilities and live in the land of sun and warmth near the sea. The place is full of life and art. Thank you so much. And Divine Mother said, yes, you're with your intuition on that. So go for it. You're actually going to blossom in your older age, Janna, like you've never blossomed before. And you're going to wonder why it took you so long to get up the courage to follow your heart. So blessings on your journey, Janna. Next, Tracy writes in and says, my birth mom passed away on January 24th. I didn't have a close relationship with her or her power of attorney. I guess that must be the younger sister. My question is my anger at both of these ladies blocking my money situation, and how can I let it go? Thank you. Well, Gabriella wants to answer this and says, absolutely, your anger is blocking your money situation, not just your money situation, all kind of situations, because anger is bitterness, and yours is more than just anger. You're going all the way back through your lifetime. Every time that your sister slighted you, which was a lot, every time that your mother slighted you, which was also a lot, but your mother had a little mental issue going on, which you may or may not be aware of. And your mother was manipulated by outside spirits a lot of the time. So just knowing that should be helpful to you to let go. The sister's just a brat. Sorry. Gabriella, I told you she's just going to spit it out. And the only way for you to get clear in your life is to do tapping if you need to, have a private session with somebody if you need to, and just say, I choose to live my life in peace and harmony. Besides, I know if they're holding up the money or whatever, if you just get it with from this place of real anger, you won't be able to enjoy it. So you'd be surprised what happens when you just bless it and let it go. Just ask for assistance. You want to ask Gabriella, she said she's for hire. However, what she means is she will help any of you who ask. But uh, don't mess with Gabriella if you're not willing to move your butt. That's what she says, okay? Because I know when she came into my life, she catapulted me, well, in the art painting business like crazy. I started doing personal portraits and charging a lot of money because I could. And in my healing career, just really, and she's the one who helped me get on the road to not be 200 pounds anymore, because I'm going to give all of you this advice. If you're overweight, if you're poor, whatever you think you got going, she's the one who said, if you can't love your body like it is now, you're never going to lose any weight and keep it off. And she advised me to just gently touch myself, like, sweet little body. You had 5 young'uns, you're doing good. So anyway, back to the questions, and I'll see. Okay. See, oh, thanks for the compliment. It's Sylvia from Spain. Yay, Sylvia. I didn't see a question from you. Uh, okay. So you're doing this an hour and a half. If you got friends you think could benefit, what I do is I set the intention. I can't answer every question, but I set the intention that the seed of what you need to know is going to be in one of these answers for you. So here we go to that. And by the way, Tracy, you're an awesome person and you're going to get through this just fine. And actually, you're going to be full steam ahead once you let this go. All right. So here's another question. And some people ask 5 questions, and Gabriella's going to step in here now. That alone is a sign that you don't ever think you're going to have enough, and you're trying to get all you can get, all the juice out of everything, all at the same time. So just realize that there's time, there's divine timing, and I'm not going to answer those that had 5. I might answer 1 or 2 of them, but everyone does deserve a fair share here. So, okay, this is from a lady named Kim, and there's a lot of ladies named Kim. So those Kims that I know, don't be mad at me and think I'm picking on you. Lots of Kims in the world. All right. I had not been on it for 18 years. I found a man that I thought I could really love, and he got scared. Ain't it the truth? I was not even coming on strong, just going out. He seemed to like me a lot, and he also had not dated in years. We both had relationship trauma. I thought mine was healed until I experienced the same pattern of being left. I suspect it is not from this life because it followed me almost since I began the dating process. I have a suspicion that it might be karmic, and perhaps I might not have always been kind to partners in another life. How do we let go of energies that stop us from having romantic love that is stable and healthy in our lives. Now, there's actually a lot of questions, but they're kind of centered around the wrong thing. Let's go back to the guy that got scared, all right? He's scared, all right, but not so much as of a relationship. He's worried about his sexual performance. And he worries about it so much he probably couldn't get it up if he had to. Gabriella! I told you she was sassy mouth. And that has him worried, even though you would be fine and kind and all of that kind of stuff. So bless him and don't talk about his dick because he's not ready to do that. Guys don't like to talk about their dicks when it comes to things aren't working the same way. Maybe with their doctor, but not unless they know you real good. By the way, I could teach a class on that for people trying to get together in the older age, the problems that come up and how to handle them. I'm an expert on that. All right. Almost 70 years old. So let's see what else about Kim we might be able to help. So, Kim, that lets you off the hook with that guy. It really wasn't anything you did or didn't do, it was his own fear and worry. Okay. So, it is true that you have a pattern of being left, but a lot of it is because when you had the first few incidents, it got stuck in your brain like a groove and it plays around and it doesn't know any other song. So you could do exercises in self forgiveness. For instance, you think you weren't kind in other lifetimes. It's not necessary that you have to go on paying for it and paying for it and paying for it. Just do some self forgiveness exercises. Be on the lookout for the next class I teach in self forgiveness, or have a private session with me or somebody like me and uh, release. And then, did you take my Magic Mate class, Kim? And I know there's lots of Kims. Um, it tells you how to get clear on number one, what you don't want. When you get real clear on all the relationships you've had and what you don't like about them, it's real easy to get clear on what you do want and to focus only on that. Now, when it comes to manifesting a mate, I worked on it a whole year as far as doing daily releasing exercises, magnetizing exercises. Manifesting doesn't always lickety split, almost never comes lickety split. It just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on moving with your consistency, because sometimes you have so many crappy energy thoughts going on that it takes focusing on what you do want, seeing yourself having it, being playful to get you where you want to go. So, hope that's helpful to you, Kim. And there were some other questions, but I like to give other people a chance. So this is from a lady named Linda. Also, lots of ladies named Linda. And she says, I have trouble caring about money and resent having to hustle for it. I've heard it's only a creation or miscreation that exists on earth. Any comments on this and how to heal this attitude? That's really good, Linda. So, of course, Gabriella wants to jump in here. She's doing mostly everything today. So, first of all, money or currency of some kind is the energy of exchange on this planet. But there is an energy of exchange on every planet. It's just the way everything goes. You exchange energy of some kind, no matter what planet you live on. So, um, I'm just going to give you an angelic example, okay? Um, Angels love to come and bask in our warmth where we're being loving and kind. They actually receive strength and energy, and they reflect that back to us. We're exchanging energy. Now, chaos energies, the not good guys, like to hang around where there's fighting, strife, grief, envy, hoarding, and their energy adds to your energy, and they bring some of their buddies, and it's one thing that keeps a lot of you in a downward spiral and a poverty consciousness. Now, let's talk about the other part of the question. I have trouble caring about money. Well, if you don't care about something, why is it going to hang around you? See, as light workers, we are so afraid to admit that we care about money. And as the Sufi says, if you want to help the poor, it's really good to be rich. It's really good to have money to do the things in life. So play a little game. And I have found that if you do all this stuff I'm talking about, if you can get into a playful manner with it and not be so serious. And Linda, I'm not saying that you're so serious. I'm talking to everybody here. These questions are for the good of all. So if you can let it be playful, I even have one class I teach where I have people imagine that. Now, here comes Gabriella, okay? Imagine that you're naked and you smear your body with honey, and then you roll around in a pile of cash and coins, and you just let that filthy lucre get all up in your honey, and you allow yourself to playfully enjoy that. It's what money will get for you that's so important, but you need the physical means to exchange something, and you resent having to hustle for it. Well, I guess if you don't care about it much and you have to have it, I can understand how you could resent that. But the energy of resentment is exactly one of the energy streams that will push it away from you. So, Linda, I know that you know how to tap. So, it might resent this money. I resent having to hustle for it. I don't really even care about it, but I want it. I love it. I need it. Play with it. Play with it while you're tapping. Be a little kid. It's been a long time, Linda, since you've let yourself be a little kid. You have a tendency to take everything in your life so seriously. And if you could allow yourself to have some fun, the joy would come, and you're missing that joy, aren't you? And when joy comes, you talk about doing good on the planet. You want to be a light worker. And I'm not just talking to you, Linda, I'm talking to everybody. If you want to be a service to humanity, get joyful, give praise to people, give praise to things, praise the money, praise the food. Hallelujah. All right. So I'm going to check back in with the chat and see if there's anything I can take care of right there. Okay, hold on just a minute. I don't have my voice back 100%, but I'm sick of waiting. I want to do this now. I love doing it. Okay. So somebody said there's no sound in a frozen picture. That would be on your end, because it's showing sound and picture and all that here. And that happens. Internet can be faulty. It's being recorded, so you can watch it later. All righty. So let's see. Uh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, it is from your end. Oh, well, Kathleen says everything you said hit home already. Can you change your money issues even if negative in Akashic records? Of course you can. You came to this earth to create, and if there's something in the Akashic records, are you talking about in the past, in the future? Didn't you take that class of mine calling Change Your Soul Contract, Change Your Life? Um, um, you can absolutely meet with your counsel and change whatever you want to change. I've helped people change the time of their death. One lady, I gave her 10 more years, and I didn't know she was going to make her daughter miserable that whole time. But anyway, uh, gave her, no, maybe 12 years. I didn't do it. I helped her do it because you can absolutely change your money karma. And there's a video I'm going to post. I'm trying to think of a way that everybody can get it. Uh, in the description below, there's a free um, Freedom from Saturn's Karma class that I'm giving away. Everybody that signs up for that, I will give you this manifesting by step video. That's the best one I've ever seen ever in my whole life. And one of the things I will tell you that's important is to get yourself in a higher vibration no matter what you have to do right now. Start, number one, all of you, if you're feeling desperate, because I'm seeing a lot of them, if you're feeling desperate about money, if you're feeling resentful, whatever it is you're feeling, how in the heck are you going to attract more money to you when you're feeling almost mad at it? For sure, mad at the creator for not giving it to you. So find a way to release your vibration from being so low. If it's playing with a puppy dog, I was feeling kind of low a couple days ago. So, how do I raise my vibration in a very carnal way? I put on some soul music and dance my ass off. And it lifts you up, it makes you happy. And I love the old, like hot chocolate and Sean and, of course, Aretha. And that gets you started, whatever it takes to get you started on the ladder of raising your vibration. Now, is that important? Because when your vibrations are raising higher and you even get to the point where you start to feel joyful, your brain works. Negative emotions shut your brain waves down. Why is that important? How can you receive inspiration on ways to attract money if your brain waves are so down? I'm between what you want to do. And I like what David Nagel says. He's some guy who, and he was a dock loader making minimum wage, and then he had these epiphanies. And he says, there were opportunities all around me to make money the whole time, and I couldn't see them because I was too busy complaining about the job I had, feeling like I just had to do it. Um, and get home as soon as I could. And he realized first thing he had to do was change his attitude. And I think there's a question I'm going to talk about that. So change your attitude about whatever it is you're doing right now and do that the very best that you can, just so your boss might see you and pat you on the back or give you a raise. Be the best that you can where you are. And if you're so discouraged you can't even lift your head up, do whatever trick it takes for you. Listen to music. Send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll send you an uplifting message. I'm doing it. WhatsApp, press the button. Hello, here's a sweet message telling you. And here's what you can do. Most people don't think because you feel like your cup is so empty. But if you can start being an uplifter to somebody else, you'd be surprised what'll happen for you. So, okay. All right. So Henriette says, I have to find money and home. So everybody just send Henriette a big wave of love. Leva, I think you need to find money and a home too. A big wave of love. As a matter of fact, if we all join our hearts together, everybody on this call has some kind of problem, right? Or you wouldn't be here. Of course, it's kind of fun to listen and see what Spirit's going to say to people. But if we all just start sending love, whenever we see somebody with a problem here, say a prayer for them, for their highest good. Forget about yourself for a minute. You'll still be there in a few seconds. You'll always be there. But yeah, send love, seeing other people. One of the classes I teach about helping people get out of their money situation is pick somebody that already has what you want. Now, a normal tendency is that we envy them, right? Well, send them love and blessings and ask God to bless them even more, because you're saying you're in the same wavelength. Your blessing is a blessing. So when you're thinking crappy things about people that have more than you do, you're cursing them. And cursing is not a way to raise your own status. All right. So good. Sending love. All right. See, you're all doing it. You're all doing it. Okay. So let me go back to, let me get some water. Y'all can send me some love too, to my throat. All right. Now, this lady has so many problems. I almost thought she was joking, and I realized she's not joking. So, Lakeisha, I'm not going to answer every one of these questions, but Divine Mother says you need to know the linchpin that's going to help you out of all of this. So she says, how do I keep my property? Get child protective service off my back permanently, get my boyfriend out of jail permanently, heal our negatives, heal my broken relationships with my 3 teens, and get overall physical and emotional healing of my family and me. Now, that's a tall order. And there's one key here, Lakeisha, and you're probably not going to like it, but Gabriella spouting off here. And sometimes people need to speak truth to you. And sometimes it needs to be straight, and you're actually used to dealing with things straight. Okay, one of the things that will help you the most is to stop trying to help your boyfriend get out of jail, because there's a part of you that thinks if he gets out of jail, he's going to rescue you from the child protective services, from your property, from all kind of things. He is not able to do that. He does have a good heart. He's emotionally crippled, and you know this. And actually causes, when he's around, it causes your three teens a lot more stress. It actually causes you stress too, because you're hanging on to him to be your rescuer, and he's not. You deserve a lot better. And so bless him and let him go. Besides, if you get him out somehow, he'll just be right back in there within 5 days. All right. So that might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And when I'm doing these, the thing that's going to be most helpful to you is what you really want to know, right? Okay, so this lady has two questions, and I'm only going to answer one. Um, she's fostering a cat until she shows she wants me to choose me and my other cat, my Romeo. His name is Siya, Siya. I'm not sure that's right. She's had a rough go. 5 days after she came here, she had surgery, and uh, Mary Beth is sent in the question: does Sia want to be with us, or does she want me to help her find her forever home? I want to honor her wishes. You know, that is so nice of you, uh, to foster the cat in the first place and to respect her wishes. Well, the cat, Sia, she thinks she is home. She doesn't want to go anywhere else. She feels that your heart is so loving and that you'll take care of her. And don't worry about Romeo. Romeo. What a name. So Romeo's got to be a lover, and it'll all work out. It'll all work out fine. You know, she does want to be with you, and thank you for bringing her in. Okay. Whew, I wish somebody else could talk for a minute. Wouldn't it be great if this was like on video? I guess we could do it on Zoom. Okay. All righty. This is from LJP, and I assume it's a lady. I don't know. I really want to own my own home, and I have substantial savings, but I feel I need some assistance. I consider myself a good saver, but somehow my balance keeps getting knocked back down to near zero, and I need to get past that to create wealth and real stability. So here's what Gabriella is saying is in your energy field, LJP. And this energy, in a way, it's helping you be a saver, but in a way, it's you, because it's a fear based energy. That is the energy of hoarding, because you can save with a lot of fear around it, and then it becomes hoarding. So the fear brings in other fear, and that's why your balance keeps getting knocked. Do you know that scripture in Job says, the thing I feared most is come upon me? And I'm not a Bible thumper, by the way, but I am a preacher's kid, and I know many, many scriptures, and some have their place. So realize, hey, maybe I do have this spirit of hoarding, although I kind of resent it that you said that, Rebecca. It was Gabriella. All right. And if you see a thing, you can heal a thing. How the heck can you heal a thing if you don't even know what it is? This sneaky little spirit has snuck in there and caused you to feel fear your money. As a matter of fact, I bet you if I ask everybody in the chat to say amen, amen, who has felt fear about their money? If not today, another time, every single one of us. This spirit of hoarding comes a courting, and it often makes us so fearful that, see, any negative emotion messes with your brain waves. When your brain waves are messed with, you can't see opportunities. You can't feel inspiration of ways to make money or even like save it in a happier way. So, I hope that helps you to just realize, hey, this little spirit has snuck in, and you can command that spirit to leave, being aware of whenever you feel that thinking about your money, you're aware of the spirit of hoarding trying to sneak in. So, um, you've all heard about people who live a miserly life, and I'm not saying you do, LJP. I'm talking to everybody here. People who live a miserly life, and then they die and they find all this money in the walls or under the mattress. That's extreme example of hoarding. So this is a little lesson here now, thinking about hoarding when you're afraid to let go and it's a reasonable expense, then it's different from wasting money. But when you're just clutching so tightly to what you do have, then it's a fear-based energy and it's telling the universe, I'm afraid about money. Now, there's the opposite when you can't stand to have a penny. You'll get some money and then you got to get rid of it as fast as you can. That's the opposite end of the spectrum. That's when you're not even realizing that a part of you is not in tune with money. You're not a good steward if you're a hoarder. You're not a good steward if you're a crazy spender. There's a happy medium, and all of you have just as much spiritual power as I do. We all are divine, and you can ask for guidance. Show me guidance about my spending habits. Show me guidance about my saving habits. And everyone should have savings, of course. That's it's hard to start it, but even if you put aside $1 a week or whatever you can, it's just a good feeling. You're being a good steward and you're being respectful to money. So let me check in the chat and see. I don't know if I look funny when I'm reading the questions, but that's the way it is. All right. So everybody is sending loving energy. I love my money. I love that. Yeah, let's love our money. Let's roll around naked with some honey all over our bodies and roll around in that money. Okay. Okay. Money comes to me through all channels. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Nikki says, I've been manifesting small amounts of money, which I'm grateful. How do I really open up the channel for an immediate and larger cash flow? Ideas and guidance are not coming through because you say that you're manifesting small amounts and you're grateful, but yet aren't you saying, well, this is a little bit, but it'll never do? How grateful are you really being? And what else in your life can you be grateful for? And very important, Nikki, I'm reading your brain waves, and they have a tendency tendency to like firecrackers, and then you calm them back down. But in between the firecrackers, and yeah, you get in a little, but it's important for you to be so aware about your brain waves. And maybe nobody has ever talked to y'all about abundance and brain waves before. Um, but calm them down, because what happens to you, Nikki, is that you start feeling panic. And when you feel panic, it makes your brain waves go even faster. So, how can you overcome panic? You can do deep breathing. Nothing I'm telling y'all is costing you any money, except some of y'all do need to go have sessions with people. Um, do some deep breathing. If you know how to do tapping, do some tapping. Be in control of yourself. Be aware and stay away from watching that crap about all the conspiracy theories, yada, yada, yada. I do know a lot of it's true, okay? However, a lot of you get so caught up in that that's what you're focusing on. And fear is fear. If the conspiracy people are making you feel terrified, that's fear. If the mainstream news is making you feel terrified, that's fear. So you be in charge of what you want coming into your brain. You are the creator of your reality, and it's important that you take control of your cotton picking brain waves and be aware of where they are at all times. And don't spend a lot of time zoning out in front of mindless television programs. Be in control of yourself, be in control of your brain waves. Get them calmed down. Find a way to get to the energy of joy, whatever it is. You know, when you were a little kid, it might have been playing mud pies. I was watching a show the other day about a lady. She's a famous teacher, and she had a client who could never find any joy. And she said, "Well, what did you used to do when you found joy as a kid?" And she made pot holders out of some rubber strings or something. And she got her to go start doing that, and it opened up her creativity, and she turned very creative. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Is the most expensive place for me to find my home in the Austin area or in Sedona? Sedona? Hmm. Okay. Nikki says, Spirit just call me out. Well, but isn't it good to get uh straight shooting than something that might make you feel a little better? But I think you all kind of want your problem solved as much as possible. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? All right. Okay. So I think I should have brought up hot tea up here. All righty. So let me go back to my questions and see. And while I'm doing that, if any of you want to put some, I don't know if I can do. Um, so I did LGP or something like that. All right. So this is two question. Zanib. Zanab? Um, and one is about her health. I'm going to answer that briefly. You have some kind of rheumatism, and um, if you focus on having that rheumatism, it will get worse. If you focus on having that get better and better and better and not even having it anymore, that's going to help you more than anything. You have a lot of fear in your energy field right now, and it's very helpful to call for the power of Jesus Christ. I don't care what religion you are, when it comes to getting rid of evil energies, Jesus Christ is your absolute best bet. Call for the power of Jesus Christ to help you release that fear energy. All right. So, because see, when you're real scared, guess what? You're going to feel worse, yada, yada, yada. Now, here's your second question. I'm working and I got a new job position. The working atmosphere is nice, but the salary seems not to follow. Before making a move, I would like to know if it's better for me to stay in my current company a little longer or should I apply elsewhere? You should stay at your current company. You're already being noticed, and it's very important that you do more than is required of thee. One of my favorite lines from the Emerald Tablets. Do more than is required of thee. Fix your attitude. Stop focusing on that the salary is not what it ought to be. Who feels their salary is what it ought to be, right? And it's important that you do this because you want to do the best for yourself, for your own heart, not just so somebody will notice you. If you do it just so someone will notice you, the wrong people will notice you. But if you ask yourself every day when you're doing this job, how could I do this a little better? Or even if you have to future truth, what I call instead of lying, say to yourself, I'm enjoying this more and more. And everybody can repeat that. I'm enjoying this more and more. I'm enjoying this more and more. I think I really am enjoying this more and more. And give yourself permission to give a little skip and show a little joy, and show joy to everyone that you're working with. People love a joyful spirit, and you have a natural joyful spirit that likes to perk up a lot of the times. Okay. So now I'm going to Anita. Alrighty. Um, she says, I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you. I would really like to know about my finances. I'm doing my best to keep up my vibrational frequency. I know when I worry that I'm repelling my good. Hang on, I'm having trouble reading it. I have several different ideas about having money come in: making and selling dog food, real estate, podcasting, blogging, selling food. I've been baking and cooking a lot. I have a beer. No, I have been consistently spending money to get leads and mentoring for real estate. For real estate, I believe God put that desire in my heart. So why? Not sure why it wasn't worked out. Okay, so Anita, let me help you out. Remember earlier when I was talking about brain waves all over the place? Well, your brain waves are all over the place. You're going for a shiny object syndrome, which is all are guilty of it. It's not a criticism. You want to get some real concrete help here, right? So, um, dog food, real estate, podcasting, blogging, selling food, these are way different ranges. It would be way different audience of people. Unless you did a podcast about dog food, which I don't think that's broad enough topic. Um, they're all over the place. And you've been consistently spending money to get leads and mentoring for real estate. I believe God put that desire in my heart. So why hasn't it worked out? Because it's not really the desire of your heart. It's time for you to ask yourself and be very still. And, you know, I want to say, please don't be mad at me. You're a kind, good person. But Gabriella says people need to know, and sometimes you can't see. And a lot of it is those crazy brain waves. And it's not your fault, Anita. We're bombarded with, oh, do this, you'll make a lot of money. Do this. Oh, it's so easy. 2 years ago, I was broke, living on the sofa in my sister's basement, and then I found XYZ, and now I'm a millionaire. We hear stories like that all the time. So, what's important for you, Anita, is to be real quiet and ask yourself, what is the desire of my heart? Now, you got two things here to do with food, dog food, and cooking and baking a lot. I suspect that brings you joy. Now, if you could use your cooking and baking as a meditation, because that, I'm reading your energy, that calms you down. When you're cooking and baking, you're in your own little world, and you're actually able to receive better divine guidance when you're in that state of flow. That's what brings you joy. Now, that doesn't mean this is how you're going to bring in money, but this is an opportunity for you to slow your brain waves down and listen to that still small voice. Just ask for guidance. Now, I'm going to tell you a magic prayer that I used when I was dating, but you can also use it. For instance, if you're thinking about a new way to get in money, okay? And if you say this prayer with sincerity, and here's how it goes. Dear God, if this opportunity is for my highest good, bring it closer to me. And if it's not for my highest good, make that known as quickly and painlessly as possible. Now, I used that when I was dating because, as women, when we date and we want a relationship, don't we try to make that person be the one? I mean, don't we start excusing all those little red flags? And I started saying that prayer on like the first date, and usually there wasn't a second date because it would be made so clear to me. The only one I didn't say that prayer about is my husband, that I've been married since June after years of being single, and I manifested this guy. But when I met him, I said, you know what, God, I like him so much, I'm not going to say the prayer. And that's the way it is. Okay, so that will help you, Anita. Let your cooking be a meditation. And out of those things you mentioned, what brings your heart the most joy? And then it's a matter of, okay, show me opportunities. I'm not seeing them. Okay, so I got a lot of amens. Uh, all right, I'm going to take one more. I'm having a little scratchy voice here going on. Will my blonde, like that name, will my anger dissipate now that my birth mom has passed? I know anger interferes with manifesting. It sure does. It's not going to dissipate on its own. You've been having that anger for so long, of feelings of abandonment. So take action to make that anger dissipate. Do active forgiveness. I'll help you right now if you want. Want me to help you? Well, I'm going to help you anyway. I don't see you answering. Uh, Everybody who's got somebody you're angry about. Is anybody else on here have anybody you're angry at in your life? I can get some amens on that one. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this for Beautiful Blonde and anybody else that wants to get rid of anger. Now, Beautiful Earth Mother has passed away, and it doesn't matter if somebody's passed away or they're still um, alive. You can do this exercise with anybody. So we're going to do it for everybody. Oh, Lee, you're still mad at your sister? Wow. Okay. Well, call her into a circuit of light, a circle of light. Just imagine there's a circle of light. When you call a spirit, living or dead, they have to come. Even if it's an angel, whoever it is, they have to come. You can call the spirit of your dead pet too. Got to come. That's according to the Egyptian law of Ren. REN. And I want you all to ask yourself this question. Okay, now here's this spirit in a circle. Some of you are mad at 3 people. So I ask all 3 of them to get their butts in there. Uh, so ask yourself, why am I still mad at these people, this person? Why? Because I blame them for blah, blah, blah. Am I right? Because I blame them, because they hurt me, because if I let go of my anger, they might not be punished, because it was such a deep wound. I can't possibly let go of the anger. The only thing that's keeping me sane, whatever it is, it's okay. But just, yeah, I can't let go of the anger because they deserve me to be angry at them. Guess what? They don't even know it most of the time. The anger is killing you, stopping you from manifesting. Anger makes your brain waves go fast. When anger turns to rage, your brain waves are going so fast, you don't know what you're doing. That's when somebody takes a gun and starts killing people. That's when awful things happen. But when your brain waves are going too fast, you can't receive good guidance from spirit at all. You can't manifest. It's really sucky. So just admit it. Yeah, it's okay. We're not judging. We're just saying, yeah, I'm angry. I can't let it go because they were a dirty, rotten scoundrel, whatever. And okay, here they are in a circle of light. And here's your birth mother, Beautiful Blonde. So just imagine that you're walking all around. Lee, is my sound blocked? Somebody says it's blocked. Okay. Oh, other people are having sketchy internet. I just switched internet to the absolute fastest, most secure cable so that when I'm doing this, it will come through loud and clear. But a lot of people, internet comes and goes. All right. So you have this person in a circle of light. You've already told them. As a matter of fact, while they're there, go ahead and tell them off. Come on, do it in your mind. Yeah, tell them off. Tell them everything you wish you would have told them. Only let's make it a little fun. Pretend like you're a little kid and you're just sassing them. You're just letting them have it. You want to hop over in that circle of light and start giving them a few punches? You're just a little kid. You're only going to come up to their knees anyway. But doesn't it feel good to just imagine that? You're just this little kid letting them have it. Okay, and then step back out of the circle of light. And take a deep breath in and out. And then just say, it's so hard for me to release my anger at you. Everybody repeat after me. It's so hard for me to release this anger. I've had this anger so long. This anger is hurting me. You hurt me. And I choose to let the anger go. Just snatch it off yourself and throw it in that circle of light as if it were a heavy garment, because it is. Now, I'm not ready to forgive you. You're talking to the person in the circle. But I am willing. Okay, you're not ready to forgive them. But the divine always forgives. I mean, who among us has never done anything to be forgiven for? So, did you appreciate it when divine forgiveness flowed to you? So, even though you don't want to forgive them and you don't have to, could you just allow that divine forgiveness that's already in you? Could you just allow some of that to flow to them? Could you just let some of that divine forgiveness go ahead and flow? See how good that feels? And you're not having to do it. You're just letting some of that divine forgiveness that's forgiven you so many times just flow. They can take it or not take it. And now, everybody has guardian angels, whether you think they do or not. Even if they're wicked or were wicked, messed up, beautiful blind, your mother had some mental issues which made her act certain ways, a lot of old conditioning. She still had lots of guardian angels. So just imagine that their guardian angels are just circling around them, just picking them up and taking them off. You don't know where they're being taken. It's not your business. And you put on a new garment. All your angels are surrounding you, and they're wrapping you up in this garment of peace. And you get to breathe in peace and feel peace. And it might be the first time in a long, long time. Yeah. Isn't that good? Very good. So take a deep breath in and out. Okay. So before I go, I'd like to invite you all to look in the description below, and you want to get that karmic healing program I'm offering. It's really good. It'll give you a whole different thought about Saturn and karma. And I'm going to include that video that lays out so simple, step by step by step, of manifesting. And it's the best I've ever seen. I didn't do it. Someone that I hired did it. And I've never seen anything that I feel is so complete. So everyone who goes ahead and registers for that free karmic Saturn influence release will be getting that video. And I wanted to go an hour and a half, but I guess I don't have my voice all the way back yet. I'm not sick. I'm just losing my voice a little bit. So, thank you so much, Positively Angela. Hi, for joining us. And if you feel the information in this video has been helpful to you, would you pass that along to somebody? It's got advice about boyfriends in jail, money, where am I going to move to, all kinds of things. Brain waves, really important on the brain waves. If you didn't give me a thumbs up yet, give me a thumbs up. And next week, I'm going to be doing a special set on healing betrayal, because I know there's not one person here who has not been betrayed. And that hurt make you fearful of fully living your life. So God bless you all. And I want to see you signing up to get that free Saturn release. And I want to send you that video on manifesting. And I love you. And thank you, Gabriella and Divine Mother, and all of you for sending in your questions. God bless you.